John O'Naylor.
Tuatahi he mihi ki te atua, nana ne ngā mea katoa. Nā mihi kia koutou ki ngā hoa o te whare paramata. Tēnā koutou. He pai te rā nei mo Aotearoa. Today is a good day for Aotearoa, New Zealand. It's a good day that we are moving forward with this bill. Mr. Speaker, I hear it's the best bill from the best minister, but this is, I think, a very positive thing for New Zealand. And so,
and the Māori Party.
This is a very good bill. Mr. Speaker, I know that we are taking all parts together, but today in this contribution I want to focus on Te Wāhanga and in particular on Te Whiti Toru subclause Rua. Mr. Chair, in those subclause there's some really important things that are said. Ko te aoranga o tēnei ture, he whakau I te mana o Te Reo Māori hei, reo taki mō neo tirene, taonga hoki mā ngā iwi me ngai Māori, reo hoki ka kai ngā kauta e te motu, reo whai mana a ture hoki mō neo tirene, he tuku āwhina hoki hei tautoko, he whakarauora hoki Te Reo Māori. Mr. Chair, there's something in particular I want to focus on out of that, and that is this particular phrase here that is used, reo hoki ka kāinga kautia e te motu, a language that is valued by the nation. And I think it's too easy often for people like myself, European New Zealanders, Pākehā, whatever it is that we refer to ourselves as from time to time. I think skinny white boys was one I used in my second reading speech, but not so skinny anymore. Mr. Chair, this is an important factor for us to think about, because too often, as I say, people like me think of Te Reo Māori as something that is important for Māori, and it is. Kelvin Davis referred to it and again drew our attention to the fact that it is a taonga for Māori, for iwi, for hapu, for whānau, Mr. Chair. But actually, if we are going to move Te Reo Māori forward, it is going to have to be something that is important to all of our nation. And I think that statement in that bill, to some degree, is aspirational, because unfortunately, I don't know that Te Reo Māori is valued by our whole nation. And I think it's beholden on us as the leaders of this nation who sit in this parliament on behalf of our nation to actually make a statement, to put a stake in the ground, which I believe we are doing through this bill, to say this is important for all of our nation. Mr. Speaker, my second reading speech, I posted on Facebook. Sometimes we do these things, we put things on Facebook and we don't know what's going to happen. Mr. Speaker, I had an overwhelming response to that on social media, and it was incredibly humbling to see that happen. You know, my record post reach on Facebook, because I'm not a huge success on social media as usual in normal terms, my post reach record was 14,500 people. Well, Mr. Speaker, the reach of this post went to 980,000 people. Almost 100,000 people ended up viewing the video of that second reading speech. And I can't explain that to some degree, but what I can say is the comments that I've received and the encouragement that I've received says to me that actually now the people of Aotearoa, New Zealand are starting to value Te Reo Māori. They are starting to understand the importance of this language to our nation as a whole, not just to Māori. And Mr. Speaker, I've been humbled by the number of people who've been encouraged by what I said, who've been encouraged by things that have been said right through this House, and who are encouraged with the intent of this bill. Because this bill, I believe, Mr. Chair, is something that is going to take us further, it is going to make us stronger as a nation, and it is going to ensure that as we go forward, we will be a better and stronger nation. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, sorry, I do want to focus too on Te Wāhanga Te Wāhanga Toru Tahi, sorry, Te Wāhanga Tahi still, but Te Whiti Whā. And it says, kaore e haerea he pāngia rānei e tēnei wehenga, Mr. Chair. Ngā hāpaitanga, ko te kaurana e ka pā ana ki te reo Māori. Sorry, that's not a particularly good thing, and because for those people who even do speak Te Reo Māori, I'll give them the English as well, because they probably didn't understand my reo then, because I was a little bit rushed. But I just want to focus on this section where it recognises the importance of the Māori language as a taonga for iwi and for Māori. Here in the subclause 3, it says this section does not limit or affect any responsibilities of the Crown in relation to the Māori language. And I think that's a really, really important factor, because I totally support the establishment of Te Matawai, and I think that's incredibly important, that actually a certain level of the responsibility around the language is taken up by Māori, and that the Crown doesn't presume to be able to do that on behalf of Māori. But I think it is also still beholden on the Crown to ensure that we play our part in ensuring that Te Reo Māori has its place, as has been referred to by previous speakers, within this House, within our legal proceedings, and to ensure that it remains in that status as one of our official languages of New Zealand. And so, Mr. Chair, I really look forward to seeing the continued passage of this bill through the House. I'm excited by it. I think it's going to produce some positive effects for New Zealand going forward, and exceptionally proud of the fact that although this has been very much a collaborative approach, and I know it has been across the Select Committee of all parties in this House, one of the things I do just want to remind people, this is still part of the government's program of legislation. This is not private members' day. This is all of us agreeing together. But actually, some of the criticism that people have had over time, sometimes around this, and though I had mostly positive feedback on Facebook, there was the odd negative bit that presumed that the National Party wasn't actually interested in this. Mr. Speaker, this is a government bill. I'm proud to stand behind it, and really going to be pleased to see its passage go through and be a part of New Zealand going forward. Kia ora.